It's Shar, and it's been a while since I made a little bit of an emotional video, but tonight's a little bit emotional. This week, my attorney sent a letter to the DA, and let me tell you what date today is. Today's February 7th, and I have my status conference February 9th, and this is the last meeting before we would go into trial. So it's about 2 weeks before the trial would start. And I'm feeling it's been going on 133 days for me. And I'm at week 19. Entire future, but my future, the DA right now, and an incredibly amazing letter that kind of gives them a Cliff Note version of everything that's going on. And assuming that to this point he didn't know, after he reads this letter, there's really no way that he can't know. And the choices are that he drops the charges would be right. And if he doesn't choose to read her letter, then I'm going to end up just taking his plea deal. And it feels so wrong that as a victim of domestic abuse, and there's still nothing done to my abuser. There still hasn't been anything done to him, and everything that he's done to me and all of the chaos that he's created. And all he had to do was go down and file a report 12 hours after he was removed from my house. Go back to court. He's never... I'm sorry, he did when we got the no contact order, when I got the no contact order. But when he walked out of the courtroom that day, he was the one that called and said, proceed with the charges against me. And continued abuse from that part. I'm reading over the Iowa Code for Domestic Violence and for the national, let me see what this is called. Women Act. And that I'm where I'm at. And that I'm still going through this and nothing has been done to my abuser and to the abuser. And this has been in my life for 19 weeks, and how insignificant this. And I can only imagine how many other women are out there who weren't in a position that I've been so blessed to be in. And it's not easy. It hasn't gotten any easier, but have I continued to move forward? Yes, and focus on what I want more of. But my business has been completely devastated by this. My reputation, my relationships. I'm still not able to attend anything of my daughter's at her school. This is her senior year in high school. And feel I know that this has got a greater purpose. If this story was small, it wouldn't be worthy of telling. But as it just continues to go along, and I see all the miscommunications, misunderstandings in our system that's supposed to be protecting us. And I think how many women are out there that aren't able to speak up or defend themselves or take a stance, or they just cower in the corner. Because after you've just been beat down by somebody you've been in a relationship with, and then you go to a system that you've been told will protect you, and it doesn't. And it only continues to abuse you, and maybe even worse than what your abuser was doing. I know that this has to change, and I know why I cannot control what the DA does. Pray that he knows, and he doesn't even fully knows. He's gotten like a Cliff Note version of what I went through. Whatever his decision is, the path that I'm going to walk on. Domestic violence and awareness of that to the forefront, or is it even bigger than that, and finding ways to create change so that systemic abuse does not continue, and awareness to the people who are making the decisions that allow systemic abuse to even happen. In this walk, I can see where if you have a domestic violence victim who has a no contact order, and there are any criminal charges brought on her or by her abuser or any member of his family, that it goes to mediation first, where there's somebody who can take in the whole landscape if they choose to show up. To the criminal system. And then that way it's going to relieve the burden of laying the responsibility on this detective's desk to having somebody who's got a scout mindset and can take in the whole situation. The amount of resources this will free up that are currently being used and wasted. So, last 48 hours, I know I had a conversation with my attorney. If the DA does not choose to drop the charges or let me do community service or a class, which I even have a problem with that, but whatever, we'll take whatever. I'm not going to risk going to trial and being on a sex offender list for 10 years, because when you do that in trial, the DA is going to try to keep all the domestic abuse information out of my trial, and it's back where we're at right now. And it's all at my expense, meaning if I'm on the sex offender registry, my unborn grandchildren won't be able to be left alone with me. If I'm on the sex offender registry, this is with sex offenders. Strong woman and I'm a gambling woman, I'm not a stupid one. Because this will be the story that I tell. And while I did not choose this story, I will choose to show up. And I will choose to document it. And I will choose to share it. When I was in my car, getting ready to turn myself in, and I said then, this makes no sense to me. I've gained sense through the process of my purpose. This does good, and I will speak up, and I will create change, and I will not go away, and I will not cower. And by the time people watch this, you'll know how it worked out. But right now, as I sit here today, I don't. Knowing that this, if it goes good or bad, if it gets dismissed or if it doesn't, either way, it's going to go to benefit people. It's going to help others because I will not let it go. I haven't been through all of this for it to do anything less. So if you're watching this, let me also share. I didn't see this coming. I didn't plan this. I know it was going to happen. A sister, a daughter. If you love a woman in your life, let my face be her face. Because it could be happening to her tomorrow. In 90 days. What I've gone through could be your reality. Changeable. This is all controllable with education and awareness. And let that sink in and relate to it. We all have mothers because we are all born. I'm someone's mom. Who's in her senior year. And at every event. But I can't go to anything this year. Who's at college. Kick this abuser's ass because of what he's done to his mom. Graduated college and she's out in the world looking for a job. But I would love nothing more than to offer her a position on my team. With someone. And for 90 days. Weeks. I tried to get this person out of my life. He was see how he was tricking me and lying to me. I could see it now, but I didn't see it when I was going through it. Smart, confident, successful woman. I've got employees. I've got good standing in my community. And I didn't see this coming. for you need it.